there, my dear students. Welcome again to our new topic here in Mathematics 10. Let's have Arithmetic Series. Okay? So for Arithmetic Series, we will have three objectives. The first one is differentiate arithmetic sequence and series, find the sum of the terms of a given arithmetic sequence, and apply knowledge in solving word problems involving arithmetic sequence. Okay, let's get started. Let's have first a mind exercise. Okay, so for 1 minute, I'll be giving you 1 minute. It's like a minute-to-minute challenge. Kindly add the first 100 positive integers without using a calculator. So for 1 minute, kindly add the first 100 positive integers without using a calculator. Okay, you may have a scratch paper with you. Ready? Let's get started.
The game begins in 3, 2, 1.
Add the first 100 positive integers. So, pagka positive integers, we will start now with 1. 1 plus 2 plus 3 until you reach 100. Are you trying? 30 seconds. Maybe some of you already gave up. But please keep on trying. 15 seconds. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. 2, 1. Okay. What did you get? Did you get a correct answer? It is very easy if you have a calculator, right? But there is someone who did it less than a minute without using a calculator. Okay, so I hope you made a challenge for a minute. If not, don't worry. We have a technique, and I would like to give you an information, a math history behind it. Okay? So let's have a trivia. So that concept or that activity was done by the Prince of Mathematics. Bakit siya tinawag na Prince of Mathematics? Because he shared a lot of concepts in mathematics that became a foundation to other math concepts. And that is Carl Friedrich Gauss, and he is from Germany. So Carl Friedrich Gauss, when he was a kid, let me tell you a story why he did that thing. When he was a kid, he is quite naughty or talkative inside the room. So, yung ginawa ng teacher niya, sabi sa kanya, kasi uso pa noon ng mga punishment, right? During that time. Mag-add na lang daw siya, get the sum of the first 100 positive integers, which is from 1 to 100. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 until you reach 100. So, yun ang pinagawa kay Carl Friedrich Gauss. Tapos, the teacher thought that na baka magtagal para manahimik siya, parang gano'n. Pero sabi si Carl Friedrich Gauss, nagawa niya yun for less than a minute. How amazing is that? A simple kid, pero ang amazing ng nagawa niya, na nakapagdulot sa atin ng isang magandang concept in mathematics. And that is what we call the arithmetic series. So, let's now try what he did. So, 1 plus 2 plus 3 until you reach 100. Ang technique na ginawa niya, naisip niya yung yung pinakamadaling paraan. Naisip niyang i-add up yung mga nasa dulo. So, 1 plus 100, that is 101. And if you're going to observe the next ends, we will also have 101. And as the pattern continues, we will also have 101. So, by that kind of pattern, how many 101 can we make? We have 100 terms. How many 101 of pairs can we have? Okay, thank you so much. There will be 50 sums kasi 'di ba dulo-dulo ginawa natin. So ibig sabihin, makakalahati natin yung number of terms. Okay? So with that, this leads us having n over 2 in the formula. Okay, ano ulit ang in-add up natin? Si first term at saka si last term, which is a sub 100. Okay? So what he did is, in-add up niya yung dulo-dulo. So that is 1 plus 100. Okay? Tapos, napansin natin, di ba, na nagkaroon tayo ng 50 sets. So, that came from 100 over 2. Okay? So, if we're going to solve this, 100 divided by 2, so that is 50, right? And then 1 plus 100, so that is 101. And if we're going to simplify this, what is 50 times 101? Okay? So, we will have 5,050. Ayan. Carl Friedrich Gauss made this for less than a minute, which is kaya naman talaga. Okay? So, let's have the next one. So, once we say arithmetic series, we will have a formula having a symbol of S sub n. Again, the symbol for arithmetic series is S sub n is equal to n over 2 times the quantity a sub 1 plus a sub n. Wherein S sub n, meaning sum of all terms, and then a sub 1, that is the first term, and a sub n, that is the last term, and n, we all know that that is the number of terms. Okay, please take note of the following symbols. Okay, so we will use this formula on all the problems that we will have right now. So for our first objective, let us strengthen our concept of arithmetic series. What is its difference on arithmetic sequence? So let's use this table. On your left or column or on your first column, we have here set of numbers which is known to be a sequence, particularly arithmetic. And then on your right column, we have series. So what is the difference between arithmetic sequence and series? Can you observe now the symbols used beside the numbers? Okay, thank you so much. So on our left side, it is only a set of numbers. We are just listing the numbers in a certain sequence, particularly an arithmetic sequence that has a common difference. Now, the series as well has a common difference, but we are very particular on getting the sum of terms in arithmetic sequence. So, addition is particularly the main operation that we will use here. Okay? Once again, once we say series, we are getting the sum. Okay? Is that clear? So please don't get confused. So once again, once we say arithmetic series, it is the indicated sum of an arithmetic sequence. So once we say sum, we are intend to use addition. Let's have the second objective. Find the sum of the terms of an arithmetic sequence. So it's time for us to solve. The first one is find the sum of the first 6 terms in 3, 10, and 17. Again, find the sum of first 6 terms, 3, 10, and 17. Okay? So, without using the formula, kasi madali lang naman, it is only 6 terms. If we're going to list down the terms, so we will have 3, 10, and 17. So, kulang pa tayo ng tatlo because we are intent to have the first 6 terms. Okay? So, let's get the common difference. What's the common difference here? Okay, very good. So, that is 7. So, going now to the right, 17 plus 7. So, what is 17 plus 7? Okay, so that is 24. Clear? Okay, add another 7. Add another 7. So we will have 31. And then add another 7, we will have 38. Did you get it? So if we're going to use the calculator, so once we say series, we will just have 3 plus 10 plus 17 plus 24 plus 31 plus 38. Okay? So you may use a calculator with it. So let's have 3 plus 10 plus 17 plus 24 plus 31 plus 38 in our calculators. The sum is 123. Okay? By using this process, may crucial lang dito. Kasi baka mamaya magkamali tayo on the middle. Okay? So, let's use the formula. So, the formula again is S sub n is equal to n over 2 times the quantity a sub 1 plus a sub n. Okay? So, we have important thing here. So, we have n. You should know n, a sub 1, and a sub n. So, what's the value of n? It pertains to the number of terms. How many terms are involved? Okay. We have 6 terms. So, this is now the value of n. Okay? And then a sub 1. Okay? So, that is 3. Okay? And then a sub n, which is the last term. So, based on our manu-manu process, so that is 38. Okay? You may also use the arithmetic sequence formula. Okay? Especially pagka malaking na yung value na hinahanap. Okay? So, right now, let's agree with that. So, the last term is 38. So, let's now substitute. Our n here is 6. So, we have a series of 6. Okay? So, ang n ulit natin ay 6 over 2. And then, our first term is 3. And then, our last term is 38. Okay? So, we are expecting to get a 23. So, in a series of 6, 6 divided by 2, that is 3. And then, what is 3 plus 38? Okay. So, that is 41. Okay. So, what is now 3 times 41? Okay. How amazing is that? We also get 123. Okay. Did you get it? So, let's now conclude that the sum of the first 6 terms based on the given is 123. Clear? Okay. Next, let's have another example. So, find the sum of first 10 terms, 8, 4, 0, negative 4. So, by this example, medyo mahaba na. Okay, ulit tayo. So, we are talking about sum again. So, this is the keyword na nagsasabi, series ang gagamitin natin. And then, we have 10 terms, which is known to be the value of n. And then, we have 8, which is now our first term. So, diba sa formula, kailangan natin ng n, kailangan natin ng a sub 1, at saka a sub n. Okay, so ulit ulit natin, n is equal to 10, a sub 1 is 8. Kaya lang kung mag-iisa-isa ka ng pag-add ulit, it's quite time-consuming, right? So, ito muna unahin nating isolve. Okay po? So, solve first a sub 10. Because this is our last term. Okay? So, using the formula now, a sub n is equal to a sub 1 plus n minus 1 times t. Huwag malilito ha, we are pertaining to a specific term. That's why we use this formula. So, a sub 10 is equal to, our first term is 8. And then, the value of n is 10. What's the common difference? What is 0 minus 4? Yan yung pinakamadali. So, that is negative 4. Okay? So a sub 10 is equal to 8 plus 10 minus 1. So that is 9 times negative 4. Okay, we did it before. So kayang-kaya nyo na yan. What is 9 times negative 4? So that is negative 36. And then 8 plus negative 36. Okay, thank you so much. The answer here is negative 28. Okay, are we done? Not yet. Kasi ang hinanap pa lang natin ay si last term. So dito, ang sagot na natin dyan ay 28. Okay po. So ngayon, gagamitin na natin si series. Okay, so solve now S sub 10. Okay? So, in solving this, let us use again the formula of arithmetic series. Okay, let's be familiarized with our formula. So, our n again is 10, and then n is 10, a sub 1 is 8, and then our last term is, okay, be careful with the sign. So, we have negative 28. Okay? So, pagka nagkamali tayo ng isa, tendency, we will have um, a wrong answer as well. Okay? So, please be careful. So, 10 divided by 2, so that is 5. And then, 8 plus negative 28, so that is negative 20. And then, the sum of the first 10 terms, 5 times negative 20, so that is negative 100. Okay? Is that clear? So, let's have now a conclusion. The sum of first 10 terms is negative 100. Ma'am, okay lang ba na negative ang sagot? Yes, of course. Kasi po anak, hindi naman laging positive ang sagot. Okay po? Is that clear? Okay. Next, let's have some challenging parts of the problem. So again, find the sum. Find the sum of the first 10 positive even integers. So pagka sinabi nating sum ulit, we are talking about series. And then first 10 positive integers. Anong letter ulit to? Okay, very good. So that is letter N. But we have a condition. Positive even integers. Very particular, even. Okay? So what are even integers? Saan tayo magsa-start? Okay, very good. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, and 20. Okay? Naka-10 na ba tayo? Yes, we have already 10 positive even integers. So with that, naka-hide, di ba, yung mga given. So ito si ating a sub 1, tapos si 20 naman ang ating a sub n, particularly a sub 10. Okay? Pwede nyo namang i-add yan using the calculator. Kaya lang magkamali lang kayo ng isa ng pindot, syempre mali na lahat. So let's have now the solution. So S sub n is equal to n over 2 times the quantity a sub 1 plus a sub n. Our n again is 10. So 10 over 2. Our first term is 2 and our last term is 20. Okay? So S sub 10, 10 divided by 2 children, that is 5. 2 plus 20 is 22. Okay, now multiply, my dear. What is 22 times 5? Okay, very good. The answer here is 110. Clear po? So be very particular with the condition. So with that, you can now have the conclusion. The sum of the first 10 positive, particularly even integers, is 110. Gets po? I hope my examples are enough for you to understand. Okay? So, let's have another one. Find the sum of the positive even integers between 1 and 20. Mm. Sum ulit. Pagka-sum series. Pero right now, wala tayong particular value of n. Kasi ang usapan, ulit, positive even integers, pero between 1 and 20. Okay. Be very particular with the word between. Ano ba ibig sabihin ng between? Iba sa Tagalog, siya yung mga nasa gitna. So, katulad ng ginawa natin kanina, list down the terms again. Saan tayo magsisimula? Sabi, even. O, katulad nung kanina. Let's have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, and 20. Kaya lang, ang sabi kasi, between. Is 20 included? Is that included? Okay, of course not. No, because we are pertaining to between 1 and 20. Okay? So, hindi po siya kasama. So, ang first term natin ay si 2. Tapos si 18 natin ang last term. So, what's the value of n? Oh, kindly count it. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, the value of n is 9. Clear po? Okay, let's now have our solution. So, S of n is equal to n over 2 times the quantity a sub 1 plus a sub n. So, our n here is 9. 9 over 2 times the first term is 2 and the last term is 18. So, kung mapapansin ninyo, may mga pagkakataon talaga na hindi ito divisible by 2. So, if that's the case, just bring it down. Magagawa natin ng paraan yan. Okay? So, what is 2 plus 18? Okay, very good. So, that is 20. O, diba? Katulad ng sinabi ko sa inyo kanina, magagawa natin ng paraan yan kung paano mawawala. Bakit? Kasi si 20 at saka si 2 ay divisible. Saan? Divisible siya by 2. Tama ba? Okay. So, ibig sabihin, divide 20 over 2. The answer there is 10. So, if that's the case, bring down 9, then we will have 10. Clear? Okay, I hope that's clear. And then simplify it. As simple as that. So, what is 9 times 10? So, that is 90. Okay? So, the sum here is 90. The sum of the positive even integers between 1 and 20 is 90. Why do I always have this conclusion? Because it only tells us na we really understand the concept of this problem. Okay? Next one. For our last objective, apply knowledge in solving word problems involving arithmetic sequence. Like what we're doing on the previous video lessons, syempre hindi dapat mawala on how we apply arithmetic series in our lives. So, natatandaan niyo ba yung dun sa previous video lesson, we talked about the number of rows. Okay. So, kung we are very particular to the number of rows, we are only applying arithmetic sequence. But, for this example, bakit siya naging arithmetic series? So, let's read. Find the seating capacity of a movie house with 40 rows of seats if there are 25 seats in the first row, 28 seats in the second row, and 31 in the third row, and so on. What gives us a hint? Okay, syempre itong word na 'to. So, pagka sinabing seating capacity, you are talking about the total number of seats, which leads us na ang pinag-uusapan po natin dito is arithmetic series. Okay? So, yan ang hint. So, pagka ang mga words, so ang keywords natin in terms of series ay total, sum, and capacity. All these words are pertaining now to series. Okay? So let's go back with the problem. We're talking about the 40 rows of seats. So 40 rows. Ibig sabihin may 40 rows ka. Diba? Yan ang value ng ating n. Tapos, meron tayong first row. Okay, so yung ibig sabihin, si 25, siya si A sub 1. May last term ba tayo? Okay, wala pa. So, ibig sabihin, our goal number 1 here is to solve first A sub 40, which is the last row. And then, our goal number 2 is now solve for the seating capacity, which is S sub 40. Okay? Can you follow? Okay. So, let's have this. So, sulat ulit natin yung given. So, ang given natin ay n, which is 40. Ang first term natin ay si 25. Okay? So, ang una nga nating hinahanap ay si A sub 40. So, ito yung nawawala. So, for our goal number 1, we need to solve for A sub 40. So, using the arithmetic sequence formula, A sub n is equal to A sub 1 plus the quantity n minus 1 times d. And then our n here is 40. The first term is 25. Our n is 40 minus 1. What's the common difference? So, ang common difference natin, iba kasi meron tayong 28, 25. So, 28 minus 25, which is 3. So, our common difference is 3. And then, simplifying now, we will have 25 plus 40 minus 1 is 39 times 3. And then, A sub 40 is 25 plus, use now your calculator. If you can't have it mentally, 39 times 3. So, that is 117. Okay po? And then, you're going to add it now. 117 plus 25. The answer there is 142. Okay, so we're not yet done. We will now proceed on goal number 2, which is to solve for S sub 40. So we will now have S sub n is equal to n over 2 times the quantity A sub 1 plus A sub n. And then our n is 40 again, is equal to 40 over 2 times the first term is 25 plus the last term. So this is our A sub n. So that is 142. Okay? So I hope you can still follow. 40 divided by 2, the half of 40 is 20. Okay? And then 142 plus 25. So that is 167. Okay, so I'm encouraging you now to use really a calculator. Okay, 167 times 20. So the answer here is 3,340. Diba? Napakadaming upuan nito. So kung magko-concert ka at bibilangin mo kung magkano ang lahat ng iyong kita. So this is very helpful. Okay? So, the seating capacity of a movie house is 3,000 340 seats. Clear? Okay. Let's have another one. Last one na po ito. A pile of logs. Do you know what a log is? Hindi yung logs ML. Kung hindi, yung sa kahoy. Okay, yun yung pinutol sa part ng puno. Okay? So, a pile of logs has 30 on the first layer, 29 on the second, 28 on the third, and so on. Okay? So, kung nakikita nyo siya sa isang mga movie, para siyang ganito. Okay. So, naka-pile up siya. Okay. So, ang first layer, first layer. So, ibig sabihin, si 30 ang ating first term. Okay? So, sa sequence natin, meron tayong 30, 29, tsaka 28. Okay? So, kung susundan natin ito, ang common difference natin ay -1. Okay? Gets? Okay. Now, ang tanong, how many logs are there on the first 6 layers? So, dito, ito ang value ng ating n. Okay? So, ulit, dahil wala tayong, ito lang yung matatandaan nyo sa arithmetic series. Kailangan nyo talaga ng first term at saka last term. So, goal number 1 is solve for a sub 6. Okay? Tapos, ang goal number 2 natin is, syempre, to solve for the number of logs, which is s sub 6. Okay? So, let's solve now. Let's have as well the given again. So, sabi, 30 on the first layer. And then, ang nakuha nating difference kanina ay -1. Tapos, ang value ng n natin ay 6. Okay? So, goal number 1 ulit, which is we need to solve for a sub 6. So, a sub n is equal to a sub 1 plus n minus 1 times d. N is 6. The first term is 30 plus 6, quantity 6 minus 1, and then our common difference is -1. So, it is quite easy. Solve nyo lang siya, mga anak. And then, following the same process like what we're doing, we'll have -5, and then 30 plus -5, so that is 25. So, this is our a sub n, or known to be the last term. So, let's now answer the problem. So, goal number 2. So, kasi ang tanong, how many logs are there? Okay, so it talks about series. It talks about the total number. Okay, so with that, we need to solve for s sub 6. So s sub n is equal to n over 2 times the quantity a sub 1 plus a sub n. So s sub 6 is equal to 6 over 2. Our first term is 30, and then our last term is 25. So s sub 6, 6 divided by 2 is 3. And then 30 plus 25, so that is 55. And then, we're going to multiply. So 55 times 3, so that is 165. Okay. What's the unit? We're talking about the logs. So there are 165 logs in the first 6 layers. Clear? Okay, I hope everything is clear with you. Math may be difficult for most of us, but do not give up. Let us continue to practice and persevere. Mat-isip ng mabuti, magtanong pag hindi maunawaan, at tayo ay math-usap. With that, thank you so much and have a nice day. Be safe, my dear. God bless you.